What's going on, YouTube? Greenwood Evil here, and today, the big day, the Guardians Rising pre-release. Here's my report. It was awesome. So it was a whole day chock full of Pokemon, of course. It wasn't your normal League day. This was literally a pre-release. So you guys have seen the pre-release before. I did the other pre-release report for the base set Sun and Moon. I'll leave that in the top right corner. Before I go any further, don't forget, please, if you haven't already entered, I'm doing a giveaway for Godzilla Battle Spirits. Definitely check that out. Top right corner. Watch the whole video. Do what it says, and you'll be entered to win. And on May 11th, I'm going to announce a random winner, and they're going to get a sweet pile of Godzilla Battle Spirits cards. It's going to be very, very awesome. Definitely check into that if you haven't done it already. It's going to be awesome. So, pre-release. So, I know in yesterday's video I was talking about how the base set was ending and now we're moving to Guardians Rising. I was talking about how I wanted to get the Alolan Sandslash. I think I wanted Alolan Sandslash just because it was Alolan Sandslash. That's it. I like Sandslash. Good thing I didn't, though, because I got something better in my pre-release box, which I will show you. But anyway, let's go real quick. This was the box for this time. You got your pre-release box and a little slip cover. You got your Tapu Koko on it. And then, you know, when mine was damaged. I don't know how that happened. And then, you know, this is where you put your deck and everything. So, we'll do this in stages, and because I ended up doing really well pull-wise, I feel, but it didn't start off that way. But anyway, so let's talk about the pre-release itself. So we got our 4 packs in here with our trainer set, and we were supposed to put together a deck. So this was the deck that I built. I'll quickly go over it with some of the key cards that I ran and how it went. I went 1 and 2, which sounds bad, but I won the first game, and then the second and third game, I actually it went to the last prize card each, so it was really, really intense. Those games were amazing. Met some cool new people today, and I'm glad to have battled them. But let me show you what my deck was. So this was the pre-release card that I got. I got Mudsdale. Now, when I first saw it, I'm like, oh, I don't know about that high horsepower. Yeah, about high horsepower. It does 40 damage to itself, and I know that, let me get the light over here a little bit better, and I know that that's kind of a drawback, but check this out. So, its first attack is called Enhanced Stomp, 60 plus, 2 fightings and a colorless. If this Pokemon has a Pokemon tool card attached to it, this attack does 60 more damage. And this is a new fancy card in the set. It's going to be the new Muscle Band. It's called Choice Band. The attacks of the Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon GX or EX. That's GX or EX doing an extra 30 damage. So you equip that to Mudsdale, and his first attack is already doing 120 damage, which is awesome, with no drawback at all. And then high horsepower for 180 will end up doing 210 with the Choice Band on it. So this was a combo that I ran in my deck. It was awesome. So with Mudsdale, of course, let me move this over because that's making a little bit of noise. It's a little annoying. Okay. With Mudsdale, of course, it was fighting, so I got a lot of fighting and water Pokemon in my trainer kit. I didn't use the water Pokemon, but I used a lot of the fighting. I got, like, Gallagher and Gliscor. Gliscor came in handy. I mean, I didn't win that match, but it was awesome. If you see Finishing Stinger right here, let me get it where the light is actually, you can see it. Finishing Stinger, if your opponent's active Pokemon has no damage counters on it, before this attack does damage, this attack does nothing. So, that's fine, because I already put damage on her, on one of her Pokemon, and then for only 1 fighting, it does 70 damage. So it was good. It did its job. I lost that match. I got outpowered by, of course, a Mudsdale of all things. I got a Mudsdale that, so she had a Mudsdale. I only had a Machop out there, which Machop looks like this, so you can kind of get an idea of what I was running against a Mudsdale. I had a Machop out, and she had a Mudsdale. She must have got that obviously in the pre-release pack. But look at this. So she did high horsepower. She played Kukui early in the turn, so that meant 200 damage. My Machop got blown away. What else? Some of the more important cards that I ran in this deck. Brooklet Hill, which is a really nice card. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck Let me get the light fixed over here. It's a little too bright now. Once during each player's turn, that player may search their deck for basic Pokemon or basic water or fighting and put it onto their bench. So I can go for like, I can go for a Mudbray, which I did. I went for like a Mudbray, or I went for a Nose Pass, or what else did I go for? A Gligar. And I did a Machop too, because, why not? Just get stuff on the bench, especially in pre-release. And what was another card that helped me out? Oh, one of my actually two of my games, Rayquaza was a champion. He won me one game and almost won me a second one. Rayquaza is great. Look at this, HP 120. It's a basic, obviously. You can search for it with Nest Ball, which I have in the deck. Turbo Storm. Attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So basically, after someone got knocked out and they had their energies in the graveyard, because I had Mudsdale on my bench, Rayquaza do 30 damage and then take 2 of the energies from my discard and attach it to Mudsdale, so it was almost ready to go already. So that was really cool combination. Who else did I use combination-wise? I got lucky with the Kukuis and the Nest Balls and the Hows. I got a lot of my trainer cards in all my games. That's how the games were able to stay close. I never got a chance to use the Max Potion. I'm not a huge fan of having to ditch all the energy cards, but still never got a chance to use it. I used the Choice Band, of course, with the Mudsdale. That worked out well. In Game 3, I lost to her in Game 3 because she had Grass Pokemon, and of course all my fighting Mudsdale was where's Mudsdale? Where are you? Mudsdale is weak ×2 to Grass, so it got obliterated. So that was what the deck for the pre-release, what I was able to build from my 4 packs, and I was able to pull. This was my only holo from the first couple packs, was a Galissopod. So that was the only holo I got out of the first 4 packs. So, not terrible, but, also not fantastic. I like Galissopod, though. I'm gonna make a deck with Galissopod. He's awesome. Let's look at him real quick. You know what, we'll wait on him because I have him in my other deck that I built for, we did, draft. We drafted, another 5 packs of Guardians Rising after the tournament was over. But this was the first deck, so this deck actually worked out pretty well. I'm actually happy I built it like this. It was really fun. I definitely recommend going to pre-release if you've never been there before. It's definitely super awesome. All right, but then so we had a little intermission. So we did our pre-release, and then everybody got let out at 1 o'clock, and then Yu-Gi-Oh came in there because they were doing their sneak peek today for their new set, Maximum Crisis, I think it's called. Don't worry, I still follow it. I just don't really buy any right now because I'm waiting for Lights Horns. Another story, another day. But while I was on the pizza place, we got our 3 packs. We got our 3 packs after we finished the whole pre-release, and I got nothing out of those 3 packs either. Oh well, no, that's not true. I got a reverse Victini. Reverse Rare Victini, he's pretty neat, but I mean, nothing super fancy. But Anthony, who I've spoke about on here before, he runs a Lurantis deck. He pulled this. So he pulled, of course, this because I have it. He pulled a Vikavolt GX Full Art. Now, I'm a sucker for Vikavolt because, first of all, I run it in the deck. It's awesome. And this card is really dope. Let's go into it real quick. So, HP, I had to trade my... I traded my Hyper Rare Lurantis for it, because I know that he needs it for his deck, and I'm going to run this Vikavolt in my deck. So, regardless if I lost out on some money, it doesn't. I don't care. I wanted this card. So, we got Vikavolt GX, 240 HP. First attack, Charge Beam, 1 electric energy for 50. Attach an energy card from your discard pile to this Pokemon. So it would work in my Dragon Charge deck. I'll leave the link top right corner. You can see the deck I run. It'll work out pretty well. And then Super Zap Cannon, which I believe its regular attack is called Zap Cannon, which is pretty cool. For 1 electric and 3 colorless, same as the other one. Discard 2 energies from this Pokemon. It does 180. It does more. So technically, it does the same amount of energy, but it does more damage. It does 30 more. That could take a Tauros out in 1 shot, by the way, just saying, even though I love Tauros. But look at this. This is insane. Look at its GX move. Gigatron GX for 1 electric and 3 colorless. This attack does 60 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Don't apply weakness and resistance, of course. 60 damage to each of your opponent's benched Pokemon. Each of them. Everybody takes 60. That's nuts. This card is awesome, and I'm so glad I got this. This is going to be something I will probably run in my Dragonite and Vikavolt deck because it looks dope and it is awesome. And it's, of course, a full art, so I'm excited for that. So I got that. So I got that during our, what we call intermission. We went to the Italian restaurant. And then, let's put that to the side. I'll put that down here so I don't like re-show it again. Actually, I will, to recap. Then we went back inside and did a draft for Guardians Rising. I don't know if you guys know how to do that. If you guys know draft. 5 packs. I'll explain it real quick. 5 packs. Everybody opens a pack in a circle. You open your pack, you look at all the cards, you take one card you want, rarity, any card you want. If you're playing for rarity, play for rarity. I played for rarity. I'll show you why. If you're playing for a good deck to build, do it that way. But you take one card and then you pass it to the left. And then the person who's sitting at your right over here will hand you their stack. And you go around until that pack is gone. You do it all 5 times, and you build a deck from what you get. So with that, I built this deck. I'll show you right here. So I got I got a Galissopod. What else did I get? That was neat. All right, so okay, not paying attention. Sometimes I don't pay attention to things. I put Solgaleo, right? I put Solgaleo in this deck because I'm like, oh my God, Solgaleo, 160 HP, looks awesome. My bad. I totally forgot that he was a stage 2. Totally forgot about Cosmog and Cosmoem, and they don't come in this set. So that was really, 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 really funny. Let me put Vikavolt here so we can see Vikavolt too, right there. So it was a mistake on me, but whatever, it didn't matter. I had first round bye, so I didn't play. Then I lost to Anthony, the judge, who judges there, and then I beat I'm not good at names, man. Eric. I think his name was Eric. Him and his dad played in draft too. There were only 5 of us, so each round, someone had to take a bye. But I beat Eric, and then I ended up with the stats being 2nd place, and I got 2 packs. And then Anthony, the judge, he won. You know, I'm sure his deck was awesome from just drafting, which is crazy. He got 3 packs. I got 2 packs. He pulled a full art Hala, and he pulled a Vikavolt regular GX. Not a full art, but a regular GX. The funny part was he let me pick the packs, and the 2 packs I picked, I got another Mudsdale Hollow, and that was it. It's okay, though, because I'll show you why. So during our draft, we're playing, you know, we're picking our cards. 2nd pack in, I pull this. And I try to keep my excitement to a minimum, and I did. I did a really good job of it. I pulled a Decidueye GX Hyper Rare. I was so excited. So, put it in perspective, last pre-release, when we did our draft, I pulled a regular Decidueye. It's in the video. Definitely watch it, top right corner. You'll see my pre-release polls and something. I don't know what it's called. I opened some packs. But watch that because I talk about pulling the Decidueye and telling everybody, oh my God, I pulled the Decidueye. Look, I pulled the Decidueye GX. I just called it because I did. I said, I hope this is Decidueye GX in this pack, and it actually was. But this time, I was quiet. I'm like, oh my God, Decidueye GX Hyper Rare. I can't use it in the tournament because it's there's no Rowlet, there's no Dartrix in this set. It's only the last set. But I was like, I need to take this card. I need this. And it was funny because now in both drafts, I've picked up Decidueye GXs. This one just happens to be a freaking hyper rare, which was super awesome. So I'll put that right there. And then I traded after we. So like I said, I went 2-1. I went 2-1 and came 2nd place. I got the Decidueye out of the when we were doing the draft, and then I traded. I think his name is Zach. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. I think your name is Zach. And I traded. What did I trade? What did I trade? Okay, I traded a. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of them. I traded a Aqua Patch. That's a It's an item card. Play it. Take a water energy from your discard pile attached to one of your Pokemon in play. Water Pokemon. Awesome card. I traded him an Aqua Patch and 2 Orangurus from Sun and Moon, and I got an Aether Conservation Area, which is basic grass and basic electric Pokemon. Take 30 less damage from opponents' attacks. That's awesome if you're trying to protect them. If you don't have, sometimes you may not have Forest of Giant Plants out, so you can't evolve maybe your Rowlet quick enough or whatever, or in this case your Wimpod. So this would help protect it from 30. The funny part about that is when you evolve Wimpod to Golisopod, it still has this awesome effect, Armor, which we'll talk about him right now. So Golisopod, 130 HP, Grass Pokemon, ability Armor. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. Any attacks. It says after applying weakness and resistance, of course. So you have to apply weakness and resistance. But it takes 30 less damage. In early game, if you can get out of Golisopod early game and you're not dealing with a whole ton of damage, that's insane. Protecting yourself like that. And then get ready for this. Resolute Claws, 1 grass and 2 colorless. 80 plus. If your opponent's active Pokemon is a GX or an EX, this attack does 70 more damage. Boom! 150 to a GX or EX. That is nasty. And then don't forget, in your heads, guys, don't forget, if you incorporate, where is it? And if you incorporate that choice band that I was talking about that helps you deal 30 extra damage, that'll do 180 damage total, which is nasty. So Golisopod is going to be really neat. I'm going to try to run it in a deck at some point. But I actually have 3 now. I pulled 1, I traded for 1 holo, and then also, of course, you saw it in my my draft deck. I pulled 1 reverse, which is actually pretty cool. Already getting a reverse Golisopod so early. But I also traded, besides the Golisopod, I got the Aether Paradise. Here's the other Golisopod I got from Zach. So there you go, Golisopod number 2, which is technically actually Golisopod number 3. And then this card. I needed to trade for it. I'm not going to run it, but I've been talking about it to everybody. Talked about it everybody pre-release. Absol, 100 HP, basic Pokemon. Future Sight. Look at the top 4 cards of either player's deck and put them back in any order. You can kind of screw over your opponent. I'm gonna take your top 4 cards. I'm gonna put them any way I like, so you can't get good stuff. Which that's pretty nice. But that's not even the biggest news. And the biggest news is Doom news. One dark and a colorless. Put all energy attached to this Pokemon into your hand. At the end of your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon is knocked out. From what I understand, even if you try to retreat the Pokemon that Doom News was attacked with, it still dies. And then the only way you can prevent it is by sending it back to your hand. I think that's the case. Don't exactly hold me to that, but I believe that's the case. But Absol is awesome, and I'm so glad I got one so early, just so I can talk about it and have it in my book, because this card is going to be really cool. Future Sight's a good card too. There are a lot of cards pulled today, though. I saw Full Art Mallow pulled. I saw I don't know why I'm blocking the Decidueye. Oh my God in heaven, my bad. I saw Full Art Mallow. Of course, Anthony the Judge pulled the. I forgot to talk about this too. In the draft, someone didn't take this from their pack, so I got a Goodra holo. So that's pretty dope. Another dragon to the Dragon Collection. Put that next to Vikavolt there. And then, like I said, I got another Mudsdale out of that. My 2 packs from winning. So that was my haul right there for today, guys. Those were my holos. There was a reverse Victini that it's okay. I don't really need it, so I'm not too worried about it. Is there anything else I'm kind of going through? Technically, the Solgaleo. Reverse is a thing. Let's see if that leans there. Oh, it does. Solgaleo reverse is a thing, so that's pretty cool. That's a holo rare, reverse rare, so that one's cooler than the Victini, I feel. I just forgot that sucker is stage 2, which is crazy. But it was really, really fun. I had a great time, and this is some crazy news. So, any comic shops that held a pre-release are allowed to sell Guardians Rising, the complete boxes, cards, packs, whatever, on Monday. So we don't have to wait till next Friday on the channel to watch me open a box of Guardians Rising, because I'm getting one on Monday. So I'm going to pick one up on Monday. Right as I get home, as quick as I can, jump on here. We'll crack open the box, and hopefully we get some more nice stuff. I'm looking for the Como-O GX. I want more tech cards. I want more Aqua patches. I want more stuff. I want more Aether Paradise. I need one more of those. I need Altar of Sun, Altar of Moons. I just want those just because those are really neat. I saw people opening other packs, and I saw myself, I pulled two. You can pull more than one trainer in a pack, which is actually pretty neat. I'm not sure if has been a thing, but for Sun and Moon it has not been, which is pretty neat. And also for X and Y Evolutions, there really wasn't that. It was only usually one trainer. One or two, because I remember you had the Spirit Links. But that was my day at pre-release. It was super awesome. I know there's other pre-releases going on tomorrow. I wish I could go there, but I got work. Yep, that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, just a quick, so Decidueye GX, Incineroar, and Primarina, Full Arts, and Hypers are in this set, Guardians Rising, because only their regular GX forms were in the first set. So that's why you're seeing a Decidueye in Guardians Rising, because they added the Hypers and the Full Arts in this set. So obviously when I pulled it, I couldn't use it because I don't have anything like that. And there's also Sylveon GX, which there's no Eevee in this set, so people who pulled that were like, oh my god, I can't even use it. So that's the only downside to pre-release like this, when you got a lot of Stage 1s and Stage 2s that are coming out GX-wise, that the other basic basic ones, or basic and Stage 1s, aren't in this set, which kind of hurts people who actually pull it. But I mean, I wasn't too mad that I pulled a hyper rare Decidueye saying, rats, I can't use it in draft tournament. I didn't care. I pulled a hyper rare. That was so cool. Pretty much it, guys. I will be back on Monday with the Pokemon Guardians Rising, the first box. I'm going to open that up on the channel here. And then I'm also going to do just another heads up Godzilla. I'm going to do a Godzilla review probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday? Yeah, I'll do a Godzilla review tomorrow. And then I'll do the Pokemon's Guardians Rising on Monday, and then we'll see where the rest of the week takes us. So basically, from the Guardians Rising pre-release day, I've had a blast. I hope you guys who watched that Go to Little Shop had a blast. I thought it was great. I will catch you all in the next video. So, oh, don't forget, please like this video, subscribe down below or in the left-hand corner. I will pop some other videos on the side here, some other Pokemon stuff. I did one last night with Mimikyu, kind of like the end of Sun and Moon base set pack openings. I'm not going to go out my way and buy those anymore. But until the next video, guys, take it easy. Peace.